Hello, fellow Econauts, and welcome back to our show. I'm here with my brother Ben, the Rocketman. Hey, Ben, how are you?
Hey Simon, how's it going? Hey fellow Econauts. Today we want to talk about the challenges to live on Mars.
So, fellow Econauts, as you can imagine, Mars is a huge topic, and therefore we have planned a couple episodes for you. Ben, maybe you can tell us the categories of challenges we will face when we want to establish a colony on Mars.
So first of all, there are obviously a number of categories we will look at. We will look at environmental challenges. We will talk about technical challenges. We will talk about psychological and social challenges, and also about economical challenges.
Perhaps we start with having a closer look at the environmental challenges.
First of all, as you can imagine, and I think that is something almost everybody knows, Mars has a complete different atmosphere to Earth. The atmosphere on Mars contains mostly out of CO2. It's also very thin, so there's a very low pressure compared to our atmosphere here on Earth, which means if we want to live on Mars, we need to find a way to breathe. So that, of course, we could, for the long run, we could talk about changing the environment with whatever technology we have available then. But initially, we need pressurized habitats, we need breathing apparatus and so on to be able to breathe air in the first place.
Well, oxygen is definitely a very big point to, survive. But what else do we have to look out for?
Well, as I said, the pressure is obviously extremely thin. So this is not only important now for breathing, also all our habitats, in order to have a normal atmospheric pressure inside the habitats, need to be built in a way that they can withstand the pressure difference between inside and outside. But the next thing, which is even more important, is the temperature fluctuations on Mars. So at nighttime, we can have temperatures between -60 to -125 degrees Celsius. So it's quite cozy and cold on Mars at nighttime. And on daytime, we have a nice and warm 20 degrees Celsius. But obviously, these fluctuations also, addition to these pressure differences for the habitats, also mean we need to find materials that can withstand these temperature fluctuations, because any material will expand and contract when the temperature changes.
Well, extreme temperatures and a thin atmosphere are already two biggies, but is there anything else we have to consider?
Yeah, so to continue the list, and also stemming from the low atmosphere, but also because Mars has no strong magnetic field like Earth, anything on the surface of Mars is exposed to a lot of solar radiation and also cosmic radiation. So therefore, anything we do on Mars on the surface, or if we find lava tunnels or lava tubes where we build our habitats, needs to be shielded. So anytime when we either land on the surface, or we are doing any explorations from on the surface, we need to make sure that the people who do this, and also the equipment, is equipped to withstand high exposure of radiation.
So maybe you can give us a little weather forecast for Mars.
Of course. So Mars is not only having these big temperature differences between night and day. It's not always sunny on Mars either. So sometimes we have huge dust storms on the surface. They can last for months and months. That means, if we have solar panels, they will not have any solar light for the time being. We have no energy for the time being, so we have to store energy somehow. Also, these dust storms, they are very fine particles. Obviously, we have to make sure they're not getting into the habitats, so that they're not being breathed in. They are quite toxic for our lungs. At the same time, any mechanical parts that are exposed to these dust storms also have a higher friction, therefore a higher wear and tear. So these dust storms we have to deal with as well. And again, if let's say we build habitats in the lava tubes, maybe we have to seal the entrances somehow or find a nice niche somewhere where the dust storms don't reach us.
Well, all in all, it seems like a fantastic vacation spot for the
Of
future.
course.
So maybe with all those entertainment going on, you can tell us a little bit about food and water supplies on Mars.
Yeah, obviously it doesn't stop there. So more environmental challenges are obviously we need to find water in the first place. Mars has no surface water. So far, we have not found any surface water on Mars. There's water ice on Mars. But obviously we need water to survive, also to extract oxygen, to maybe also use as a storage device, and if we would use hydrogen on Mars as a battery storage, or for rocket propulsion systems. But yeah, we need to find water in the first place. Secondly, as I already mentioned, so when the dust clouds are coming to our lungs, they're very toxic. That is because the regolith, the whole soil on the Mars surface is very toxic, which makes it quite hard to grow something nutritious for us. So we also have to find a way to make growing crops possible on the Mars surface. Yeah, so I think these are also two biggies.
Well, these are already a lot of environmental challenges that we have talked about today. I hope you liked this episode, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already.
And also, if you don't want to miss out on our future episodes about Mars, and also maybe seeing other things about our channel, hit the notification bell.
And I will see you next time. I hope you have a good one. Take care.
Bye.